from?
Rich Miller from Harrison, Arkansas. I like George Bush. I think George Bush was, my personal opinion about George Bush is I think God put him there. I really do. I think that when the election happened in 2000, that God told this country how to vote, and when they didn't do it, God did it his way. If we'd have had Al Gore in office when 9/11 hit, my personal opinion is we'd all be speaking Arabic and my wife would be wearing a burqa. So George Bush is the man that needed to be in office during this particular time in our history. I think George Bush is his own man. I think George Bush has a lot of advisors, but I don't think they influence him. I think he takes, just like you would do, you take advice from this person, you take advice from this person, you take advice from this person. In George Bush's case, I think he does that. I believe he prays about it, and then he does what he feels is right, for the most part. He's made some mistakes, but who hasn't? No, I don't think he comes out as stupid. I think he comes out, I think his brain works faster than his mouth. And I think that he just has a little problem verbalizing what his feelings are. He's got a balance between what he believes in his heart and what is politically correct to not offend somebody. Sometimes you have to say things that are going to offend people. That's life. You know, people do it to me. I do it to other people. Sometimes if you say what needs to be said, it's going to offend somebody. You can't please 100% of the people 100% of the time. You just can't do it. I think he talks to the American people. That's what he does. He talks to me. You know, I'm educated. You know, I've been to college. I don't use big words on a regular basis. Simple language says it the best. Why use big words that have 4 and 5 different meanings that somebody can take that word and turn it around on you? He says what needs to be said. And like I said, sometimes it offends people. Get over it. There's some differences between them. Fundamentally, I think they're pretty much the same, though. The thing about George Sr. is that he was a war veteran. He fought in World War II. He knew a little bit more than what his son knows, because George Jr. was never in a war. I don't think a woman should be president.
Okay. Why not?
I think that job belongs to a man. God put man as the head of the house, as the head of society. I'm not saying women are less than men. Men are the leaders. God put that there. That's not something that us men came up with. That's something that's been around since the beginning, since Adam. And if Adam had been doing his job, we probably wouldn't be in the fix that we're in, because Eve would have never got to the apple. So, I mean, you know, but I think a man belongs in the White House. I don't even think that the women should be senators, but that's my own personal opinion. I don't think women should be second-class citizens. Women are human beings. When God created man and woman, he created the woman not from a head bone to be above the man or a foot bone to be below the man, but from his rib to be by his side. The woman was created as a helper, to be a partner, not as a servant, not as a lord to be over, to be side by side, equal. And that's the way my wife and I are. We're equal, side by side. I have the responsibility because I'm the head of my house, but my wife is my helper. Her opinion is just as important. And I think that's the way it should be in our society. I don't think women should be above men. I don't think men should get paid more for doing the same job a woman does. I don't think a woman should get paid more because she's a woman. I don't think a woman should get a job because she's a woman. But I don't think she shouldn't get a job because she's a woman. You know, if she's qualified, she should get the job. She should make the same money the man makes.